Alright, how we doing, folks? Your boy, Mo's on 205 numbers. After the name of little games beating action over here. Like I said, man, we're gonna be on roll with games beating here, man. I'm on my flow. I'm on that other East right here, man. Some long games, some short games, we're all over here. The spectrum from old games to new games. And those, this is actually, so in February, it was kind of like a wild lineup that came out, like, Anthem, Metro, I can't remember some of those other games. So it was like a week there of like back-to-back games. And I kind of picked Metro out of all of those. And ended up getting the high scores of all those games that came out. Crackdown 3, I think, came around there, maybe. I can't remember. There's a couple more came out around there. I already ripped off my February off my calendar, so I don't remember. But I picked Metro. I played the other two Metros. I played it on the Redux Collection when that came out on the Xbox. I was pretty happy about getting that. So, I'm not as positive as other people were about this game. Let me get some good thoughts out of the way, and then I'll tell you why I'm a little bit negative. The story to me is pretty solid. It's pretty good. I got the bad ending at the end, which kind of sucked, because I don't really do that many bad things, but I kind of looked later in order to get a good ending. You got to do a bunch of stuff, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. But either way, the endings were all right for what they were. I ended up watching both of them and whatnot. The story's solid. I don't think the story is anything crazy good. Like, it's not like Metal Gear good, but it's solid. It's a good story. Graphically, the game looks pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. Graphically, it holds up in a lot of spots. Some spots are a little, but for the most part, played it on the Xbox One X. Everything looks pretty damn good on it. The audio in the game, I thought it was okay. I didn't know how to switch it over. People said to like switch it over to Russia because it sounds like a lot better. And some of the voice actors did sound kind of whack in their English tone, but it wasn't anything too crazy. And the overall presentation to me was pretty fine too. Here's the negatives. The big negative is the gameplay, actually, like the gameplay itself. And here's where I struggle the most in, because I was playing like a lot of Blackout while I was playing this, and the fluidity that Call of Duty has is just remarkable. Whereas this game, everything felt like a struggle to do things. Everything felt so sluggish. And I understand it's a different pace game, right? Call of Duty Arcade kind of shoot it fast, quick, you know, blah, blah, blah. But this was just like, man, like, what are we doing? Now, when it was these stealth sequences like we're seeing right now, I really enjoyed that. What I didn't enjoy was when you have to traverse this Fox open world thing. Like, there's this fake, like, kind of open world nonsense that I just really don't, like, fully understand what the point of it was. That I could really do without. I just prefer linear games overall. Instead of like the open world. And if you're gonna have an open world, it better be like a dope one that I really want to get lost and invested in. And I kind of set, like, my schedule was set, like when Metro came out, I kind of cleared everything out and I was like, all right, we're playing Metro, we're gonna enjoy this over here. So I had time. I didn't get like invested in this open world. Like, it was just empty space. So mechanically everything felt sluggish. You got stuck on like a bunch of things all the time. You think you could jump places, you can't. You think you go down places, you can't. You could only run for a certain amount of time, which is fine. It's realistic. It's not like you got like an infinite sprinter over here. But then he would kind of get stuck in this like breathing animation for like mad long. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff that was kind of cryptic as to how things work, which I think is very Metro-ish. So that part I'm not like too upset about. But maybe some direction would have been nice. And the open world to me was really just like useless. Like I have no idea why like that needed to exist. It would give you this fake. Well, I guess it wasn't a fake illusion. I mean, basically, you would get a main mission, and then it would give you maybe like 3 side missions that you could do or not do. But you need all the resources and stuff, and you want to enjoy the game. So like I did all the side missions, and I'd recommend you do them too. I don't know why you wouldn't do them. So in my mind, I was like, because if you don't do them, the game's got to be kind of short. Like, if you only do the main missions, I mean, for starters, you might have some trouble if you only do the main missions, because like you can't like, you probably won't have enough stuff to like get by, like enough resources. I never felt, I played it, man, I want to say I played it in normal mode, whatever the default mode that it came with, I played it on, and it felt somewhat challenging at times, but for the most part, definitely beatable. Nothing was like crazy, like I'm never going to be able to like pull this off kind of thing. But there were some times where I was a little bit low on resources, you know, specifically health and stuff. It takes a while, and it took me a while to figure out how to like use the backpack and stuff. There's a lot of things that like should be easier to like manage in the game, and it just aren't for reasons that are unknown to me, like the way some of the stuff is mapped. And I at least tried to look kind of on the control screen, but maybe I had to change it, and I couldn't find the adequate way. Maybe you will. I'm not knocking the game necessarily for that, but Overall, the gunplay is horrible. I mean, that's just, it's just all the way around it. The gunplay is like, whoa. You get better at it with time. You get attachments on your gun that make it better. Like, it improves over time, but it's a little bit rough. So overall, my Metro experience was, you know, the beginning to me was kind of jarring, kind of rough. I felt like it could use a little more polish overall. Towards the end, I was a little more invested in the story. I got used to kind of the mechanics of the game, and it got better, but it still wasn't that great. So for me, it's a 7.5 out of 10 with maybe like an 8 if I'm being like very, very generous, but probably like 7.5 out of 10. If you play the other Metro games, I think you'll enjoy it. But I think, at least personally, I don't know. And I kind of feel bad because I almost feel like I want to go and replay those other Metro games to fully really assess this game, because my memory of those other Metro games is that it played better and it was smoother than this game in some aspects. And I don't know, maybe I'm just being delusional on that one, but I remember those Metro games to me were very tight. Like, story was cool, area was cool, there was some difficult engagements, but everything seemed fair, everything played all right. Whereas this one, I just kind of feel a little bit cheap. The open world to me was blue. It's just it felt like an attempt to just do an open world to say we're like an open world game, and I hate that. I hate that. I'm playing the Metal Gear Solid 4 right now, man, and I mean that has its own flaws, its own issues, but that has like kind of these little areas that they put you in, but they're still somewhat linear, although they give you like a little bit of an idea as to like where you could go, like whether you go right or left or something like that, but still somewhat linear. I think it does an amazing balance in terms of having this fake open world thing. This game to me, the open world was, I mean, just traversing, it was like so, oof. So 7.5, maybe an 8 on a good day. If you play the other Metro games, I think you'll like it. If this is your first Metro game, I don't know, I'd probably let it slide. I don't know if I would recommend it, unfortunately, for that. But if you feel like, you know, this is right at the beginning of the game when I'm playing it right here. If you feel that attracted you, go for it. Bo Marcos, we outie.